Welcome to Lunch Break Wisdom, short ideas from the world's most influential books, designed for a quiet break between work, a commute home, or a moment to think more clearly. Today's episode explores one of the most profound spiritual and philosophical texts ever written, the Bhagavad Gita. Whether you approach it as sacred scripture, timeless philosophy, or a guide to navigating life's uncertainties, the Bhagavad Gita has influenced millions of people across centuries. Its readers have included spiritual seekers, political leaders, scientists, philosophers, and ordinary individuals searching for meaning amidst complexity. What makes the Bhagavad Gita remarkable is its setting. Unlike many spiritual texts that unfold in monasteries or secluded forests, the Gita takes place on a battlefield. Two armies stand facing one another, war is imminent, and in the midst of this tension, one warrior experiences a crisis. That warrior is Arjuna. Arjuna is not weak. He is not incompetent. He is one of the greatest warriors of his time. Yet, as he surveys the battlefield, he becomes overwhelmed. He sees teachers, friends, relatives, people he loves standing on both sides of the conflict. His confidence collapses. His purpose dissolves. His hands tremble. He no longer knows what the right course of action is. In many ways, Arjuna represents all of us. Most people eventually encounter moments when clarity disappears. Career choices, family responsibilities, ethical dilemmas, questions of identity. Periods when the path forward becomes uncertain. The battlefield of the Gita symbolizes not only external conflict, but also the inner struggles that define human experience. At Arjuna's side stands Krishna, who serves as guide, teacher, and charioteer. The conversation between Arjuna and Krishna forms the heart of the Gita. One of the first major themes concerns dharma. Dharma is often translated as duty, purpose, or righteous responsibility. Yet its meaning extends beyond obligation. Dharma asks, what is mine to do? What responsibilities emerge from my role, talents, circumstances, and conscience? Modern culture often encourages people to pursue whatever feels pleasurable or immediately rewarding. The Gita introduces another possibility. Meaning may emerge not merely through personal preference, but also through our faithful engagement with one's responsibilities. Being a parent carries duties. Being a leader carries duties. Being a citizen carries duties. The challenge lies in discerning them wisely. Another profound teaching involves action without attachment. Krishna tells Arjuna that people have control over their actions, but not over the outcomes of those actions. This idea challenges one of humanity's most common sources of suffering, attachment to results. People work hard and become consumed by whether recognition follows. They love others while attempting to control how affection is returned. They pursue goals while tying self-worth entirely to outcomes. The Gita suggests another path. Focus wholeheartedly on the quality of effort. Act with integrity. Release excessive attachment to results. This does not mean indifference. It means recognizing that outcomes arise from many factors beyond individual control. Peace emerges through commitment to process rather than obsession with consequences. Another central theme concerns the nature of the self. Krishna teaches that beneath shifting roles, emotions, and identities exists something enduring. The body changes, thoughts fluctuate, circumstances evolve, yet there remains a deeper dimension of being. The Gita encourages individuals not to reduce themselves solely to external labels. Career titles, achievements, failures, social identities. These dimensions matter, but they do not exhaust who we are. Modern life often encourages over-identification with temporary conditions. The Gita invites perspective. Who am I beneath the stories I tell myself? What remains constant amidst change? The text also explores fear and avoidance. Arjuna initially wishes to withdraw from the battlefield entirely. His reluctance is understandable. Conflict feels uncomfortable. Responsibility feels burdensome. Yet, Krishna challenges avoidance. Sometimes growth requires engaging difficult realities rather than escaping them. Difficult conversations, parenting, responsibilities, health challenges, leadership decisions. The absence of discomfort is not always evidence of wisdom. Sometimes courage involves moving toward necessary struggle. Another major teaching concerns equanimity. The Gita repeatedly emphasizes balance amidst changing circumstances, success and failure, praise and criticism, pleasure and pain, gain and loss. Human beings naturally prefer one side of these experiences while resisting the other. Yet, excessive emotional dependence upon external fluctuations creates instability. Equanimity does not eliminate feeling, rather it cultivates steadiness, the ability to remain grounded even as life changes. This principle remains deeply relevant. Financial markets rise and fall, careers evolve, relationships experience seasons. Inner stability becomes increasingly valuable amidst external uncertainty. The Gita also introduces different paths of spiritual growth. One path emphasizes selfless action, another emphasizes devotion, another emphasizes knowledge and inquiry. This diversity reflects an important insight. People possess different temperaments. Some serve, some contemplate, some love deeply, some investigate intellectually. Growth need not follow identical forms. What matters is sincerity, discipline, and movement toward greater wisdom and compassion. Another profound idea concerns the ego. The ego constantly seeks validation, comparison, recognition, control. Krishna encourages Arjuna to transcend excessive self-centeredness, not through self-rejection, but through alignment with something larger. Service, purpose, truth. Many modern anxieties emerge from relentless self-focus. How am I perceived? Am I successful enough? Do I measure up? The Gita gently redirects attention. How can I contribute? How can I fulfill my responsibilities well? How can I become an instrument of goodness? The text also emphasizes discipline. Transformation does not occur accidentally. The mind requires training. Attention requires guidance. Habits require cultivation. Krishna compares the restless mind to the wind, powerful, difficult to control, yet not impossible to direct. Meditation, reflection, ethical living, consistent practice. These disciplines strengthen clarity and resilience. Another major theme involves detachment versus indifference. These concepts are often confused. Detachment does not mean ceasing to care. Rather, it means caring deeply without becoming enslaved by outcomes. Parents exemplify this principle regularly. They guide children without controlling every aspect of development. Teachers invest in students while accepting uncertainty. Leaders make decisions without guarantees. Detachment preserves engagement while reducing unnecessary suffering. The Gita also explores the relationship between knowledge and wisdom. Information alone cannot transform people. Wisdom emerges through integration, living what one understands. Many individuals know what supports flourishing, sleep, exercise, compassion, gratitude, yet implementation remains challenging. The Gita consistently calls readers toward embodiment. Knowledge should shape conduct. Toward the conclusion, Krishna invites Arjuna to choose freely. Guidance is offered, compulsion is absent. This reflects another important principle. Authentic growth cannot be forced. People must participate willingly. Transformation requires ownership. Ultimately, Arjuna regains clarity, not because uncertainty disappears entirely, but because perspective shifts. He recognizes his responsibilities, releases attachment to outcomes, aligns action with values, and moves forward with courage. The Bhagavad Gita continues to resonate because it addresses universal human dilemmas. How do we act amidst uncertainty? How do we remain steady amidst change? How do we pursue excellence without becoming consumed by results? How do we fulfill responsibilities without losing ourselves? Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: life itself is a battlefield, not necessarily against other people, but against fear, confusion, ego, avoidance, attachment. Each day presents opportunities to choose integrity over convenience, purpose over passivity, compassion over indifference. The Gita does not promise an easy life. It offers something more valuable, a framework for engaging life courageously, act fully, love deeply, serve faithfully, seek wisdom, release excessive attachment, and trust that meaning often emerges not through controlling every outcome, but through showing up wholeheartedly for the responsibilities that belong to you. Because ultimately the measure of a life may not be what we possess, but how consciously, compassionately, and courageously we participate in the great unfolding drama of being human. In summary, key concepts from the Bhagavad Gita. 1. Dharma, living in alignment with rightful responsibility. 2. Action without attachment, focus on effort rather than outcomes. 3. The deeper self, identity extends beyond temporary roles. 4. Equanimity, cultivating steadiness amidst life's fluctuations. 5. Transcending ego, shifting from self-centeredness towards service. 6. Disciplined practice, growth requires intentional effort. 7. Courageous engagement, avoidance rarely resolves important challenges. Everyday takeaways for you. Focus on doing your best rather than controlling results. Clarify your responsibilities and honor them consistently. Develop practices that strengthen inner stability. Recognize when fear disguises itself as avoidance. Care deeply without becoming consumed by outcomes. Seek purpose through contribution rather than comparison. Which ancient wisdom text has influenced your life the most? Share your reflections and recommendations for future lunch break wisdom episodes below. Please subscribe and comment.